And I'll tell you why. Because I'm sentimental.
Kino Lorber, I feel like I haven't heard from them in a while. And it's funny that you just said Abel Ferrara and like spoke it into existence. But Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, what? I did not see this.
Bad Lieutenant. There it is. Kino Lorber.
Word. When did this get announced?
Like the other day.
I missed this. Oh, I'm a pre-order.
I like these covers where like the person's pointing the gun at you.
And that's the original artwork. I mean,
like From Dusk Till Dawn's another one that it's always like, it's like
believe me, you've never seen this movie.
I haven't.
That's the best
That's
cover
the least
we're
of
gonna
it.
go with. I'm sorry. I don't know what else you want on the cover of this movie, but
so this is coming out May 21st, Russ. 4K Ultra HD from Kino.
Keitel's in 4K.
Previously released from Lionsgate, and now they're bringing a simple, classy package to the people with the feature. Let's see. Let's pull these features up. You take a look. Features including, obviously, new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. You're getting an audio commentary from Ken Kelch and Abel Ferrara. Then you get a new interview from the cinematographer, a new featurette about the locations, and a retrospective documentary featuring exclusive interviews with the cast and crew. Nice little package there for Bad Lieutenant.
For this, yeah. I own a Blu-ray, but it's just some bare bones bullshit. There was never any good release of this.
You fucking scumbags.
like I said, I do like this cover that they went with, but I also, I know that you like to do regular stuff, and I'm like looking at this old classic.
I mean, that's more
poster.
That's more in line with the movie.
And I'm like, why isn't this the cover? Like,
I like the gun one.
I like the gun one's badass too.
The gun was the VHS cover I'd always seen as a kid.
But I always hear so much about Harvey Keitel being naked in this movie. I feel like this is it.
He is naked in it.
Abel Ferrara leaps to the front ranks of independent movie makers, a shocking, utterly uncompromising work of art. Harvey Keitel gives the bravest, most powerful performance of his wild career. Was that what you would say?
It's a bad shit movie.
When it's your turn to use the bathroom, you tell him when you to get the fuck out of the bathroom.
I mean, it's fucking wild, dude. It literally is. It's a bad lieutenant. I mean,
he's a bad lieutenant.
He's corrupt, drugs, gambling, all this shit.
Prostitution.
Enmeshed with guilt, like religious kind of guilt. And it's just one of those movies that's excess where you're going to feel scuzzed out in parts. My Girl, Ms. 45, which is the same director. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. They brought her back to actually teach Harvey Keitel how to do heroin. Zoe Lund, the main character in Ms. 45, who in real life not only became a heroin addict, but was like an advocate for heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, I don't know, she was a free thinker. They brought her back on set to like, hey, we're going to shoot, we're going to do a scene shooting heroin. We got to do it right.
During Harvey's nod, I was on my knees in front of him off camera and was shot MOS without sound. I told him what to do and how to.
So you were in effect co-directing that scene.
It's always been rumored that her and Keitel actually did heroin.
Wow.
I don't know how true that is, but
wow, it's pretty gnarly.
That's the kind of movie, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're in for that kind of scuzziness.
I mean, sounds pretty good.
Keitel, yeah, he's crazy in it. He's Harvey. He's going for it.
Lindsay in the booth. We got anybody pumped for this?
Come on, Lindsay, talk to me.
Yeah, we have a question actually from Darren Spencer. He wants to know if this is worth a blind buy.
What do you think, Russ?
If you're easily offended, no.
What if you're like being offended?
Like, I would put this in the same category as a film like
Freeway.
Worse than that, because Freeway's funny. Freeway's Monica Bellucci.
I mean, Irreversible is a reference.
Irreversible?
Oh, geez, Irreversible.
Yeah, I would put this around like in that level. Not as, I mean, Irreversible was newer, so it's more polished, it's more all that shit and more faster, but like that style of like, oh shit, like that's what Bad Lieutenant is.
Okay.
So if you dig that, yes, blind buy it. Fantastic film, I love it, but like I said, it's
not for everyone.
I wouldn't recommend that to just fucking anybody.
You cocksucker! You fucking miserable fucking cocksucker!
There's a scene where Harvey Keitel pulls over two teenagers. It's like and he's basically doing it to rob them and take their drugs. They feel guilty because they're, getting high or something, but he's taking advantage of the situation, and he's like totally manipulating shit out of them. Literally, while he's talking to him, he just starts fucking jacking off while he's just standing there like talking to him while they're in the car and shit, and he pulls him out the car. It's like shit like that where it's like, god damn.
The fuck are you, a drug counselor?
We need it in
the whole
4K.
look.
We need it in 4K.
Gave me the whole view here. Now I do love Harvey Keitel.
Fuck yeah, he's one of
I love Harvey Keitel.
greatest actors ever, man.
I mean, and
Underrated.
Yeah.
Harvey Keitel is one of those dudes, you forget how many goddamn classics he's been in.
Spoken like a true prodigy.
I mean, even something like Taxi Driver, most people don't think Harvey Keitel right off the top of their heads. Like, all the shit he's been involved, whether as a lead or supporting actor, he is one of the greats. Give him his flowers before he passes away.
especially everyone that's out there still watching, give him his goddamn flowers.
And he's a badass. He told Stanley Kubrick to go fuck himself.
He did?
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
If you've seen Eyes Wide Shut, the Sidney Pollack character was originally Harvey Keitel. And he was there. They were filming it, all that. Kubrick started doing what we all know Kubrick does, requiring like 80 shots. And Keitel was saying, I'm just walking in the room, you know?
Yeah.
And after about like the 40th or something, Keitel was just like, hey, fuck this, I'm out of here.
You don't want to get fired. No. But I was.
And they asked him about it, and they were like, you know, that was Kubrick. I was like, you regret that? That was like one of the best filmmakers of all time. He's like, no, I have something that's more important than that. He's like, self-respect.
Mr. Kubrick did some things I objected to. I didn't like. I thought they were disrespectful, and I won't be disrespected by him or anybody.
I was like, God damn, Harvey Keitel's that guy.
That's my guy.
He's that dude. He's a different breed, man.
That's my guy.
He's a different breed. He's doing film covers like this.
I know. That's what I know.
Tell
Hey,
Kubrick to fuck himself.
I hope when you take that slipcase off, that's what's underneath, Russ. I hope that's what I see. When you pull that slipcase, pop it off, baby. I want to see Harvey Keitel in the nude.
And, all right, after you watch this, there's a pseudo sequel starring Nicolas Cage, not directed by Ferrara, but it's an in-name only sequel. But it's the same thing. It's the crazy ass vibe, just a different setting. And
did he do this poster?
Cage. He should have.
This is damn near Quarel too. Look at Harvey Keitel.
Port of Call, the Nicolas Cage one, the Herzog one. It's good too. It's really good too. But even that one is easier to digest than this is.
Okay. So this is hard.
Not as scuzzy.
This
is like grimy New York. This is what Ferrara does best. And it's like he's really playing, like, for instance, Ms. 45, you feel empathy for the lead character. King of New York, you know, Frank White isn't like a terrible guy for a gangster. You know what I mean? Whereas in this movie, it's just all debauchery. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I didn't expect to talk this long about Bad Lieutenant.
All right, well, Bad Lieutenant, Russ, you're the most fired up you've been all night about Bad Lieutenant.
I didn't know this was coming out. I told you. I've been, you know, I haven't had my eye on the ball the past week.
Well, maybe
news.
Let us know if Russ sold you also on Bad Lieutenant.